Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. Let's go. The 1982 introduction of the United Kingdom's 20p coin marked a small but important chapter in modern British coinage. Issued for the first time on the 9th of June 1982, the 20p was created to fill a gap between the 10p and 50p denominations and to make everyday transactions more convenient. It was produced as an equilateral curve heptagon, a seven-sided, rounded heptagon, so that it would be easy to identify by touch and operate reliably in vending machines due to its constant rolling diameter. A compact, tactile piece of engineering measuring 21.4 mm across, 1.7 mm thick and weighing 5.00 grams, struck in cupro-nickel, 84% copper, 16% nickel, and carrying a plain, smooth edge. The coin's original reverse, the tail side, presents a crowned Tudor Rose, a traditional heraldic English rose surmounted by the royal crown, an elegant, classic motif designed by William Gardner, with the wording, 20p, above the rose and the numeral, 20, below. Gardner's crowned rose design was deliberately chosen to evoke continuity with British heraldic symbolism while giving the new denomination an instantly recognizable face during its early years in circulation. On the obverse, the head side, the 1982 issues carry the younger portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, showing the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This Machin effigy was used on British decimal coinage during the early 1980s before later portrait changes, and it gives the earliest 20p pieces a slightly different character from later issues that bear the Makloof and Rank Broadley portraits. The coin's first year saw very large production volumes to supply circulation needs. Official mintage figures record hundreds of millions of 20p coins struck in 1982 as the denomination entered daily use, making typical circulated examples common. However, despite generally high mintage, there are collectible variants and special collector editions from that year, including proof and pied for thicker presentation versions produced by the Royal Mint for sets and collectors, and condition, provenance, and any minting errors, die cracks, planchette flaws, misstrikes can push a specific piece's value above face value on the collector market. Physically, the choice of cupro-nickel ensured durability and a familiar silvery appearance, but also meant that the coin will develop only modest surface wear or toning over time compared with precious metal commemoratives. The heptagonal shape was chosen after careful practical consideration so that vending mechanisms and the public alike would accept it without confusion, and the smooth edge and plain rim reflect the coin's role as a circulating everyday denomination rather than a security-heavy high-value issue. Collectors interested in 1982 20p coins should pay attention to a few diagnostic details when assessing authenticity and grade. Verify the portrait type. Machin bust for 1982 circulation pieces confirm the presence and style of William Gardner's crowned rose and the lettering. Check weight and diameter against the standard 5.00 grams 21.4 mm specification, and look closely for any signs of post-mint alterations or cleaning which can dramatically reduce market value. For rarities, the collector community values uncirculated mint state examples, original Royal Mint proof sets, and any documented error pieces much higher than worn circulation coins. In terms of historical context, the 20p's arrival came in the decade after decimalization, 1971, when the Royal Mint and British Treasury were still refining the modern decimal coin set. The 20p filled a pragmatic gap and rapidly became an everyday coin, appearing in tills and pockets across the United Kingdom and later becoming a familiar part of British monetary life for decades. The original Gardner-Machin combination remained in circulation until later redesigns in the 2000s, when the reverse designs were replaced by Matthew Dent's shield sections and the obverse portraits were updated over time to reflect the Queen's changing likeness. Market value for a common circulated 1982 20p tends to be only marginally above face value, i.e., worth about 20p for spending, whereas uncirculated mint state examples, proofs or special pied for and silver presentation coins can command higher prices with values driven by grade, rarity, and collector demand. For a beginner collector, it's useful to compare a coin's surfaces, luster, and strike to high-resolution images from reputable sources, or to have a dealer or third-party grading opinion for pieces suspected to be rare. Finally, for everyday care and storage, Avoid harsh cleaning, which damages surfaces and lowers value. Store coins individually or in inert coin flips or albums with acid-free materials. Keep humidity low and handle by the edges to protect the fields and devices, and document any unusually well-preserved specimens with photographs and provenance notes. These simple steps protect both sentimental and monetary worth and help collectors track condition over time. Specifications and design details. Royal Mint, design and portrait history. Royal Mint and historical summaries. Composition and physical data. Numismatic references, mintage figures and collector notes. Mint and collector guides.